Good evening and welcome to the school committee meeting for Monday, June 9th. We'll begin our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Next item on the agenda is the acceptance of the minutes from our meeting on May 27th.
I think we need to table that because I need to abstain because I wasn't here, so we won't have a quorum.
Yep. Good reminder. All right, so then we'll move along to our audience tonight. We have representatives from our various PACs from Eston, Phelps, and Rogers Middle School. So I'd like to invite Eston to come on up and share what's going on with your PAC.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lauren Tizano, and this is Nicole Murphy. We're from the Eston PAC. We did 6 fundraisers this year, and due to our lead, Nicole, we had a really great year and a decent amount of parent participation as opposed to what I've heard from last year. So we did the Name the Circle fundraiser, which was like the winning lottery student got their name on a street sign in the Circle of Eston for the duration of the year. The fun run, which I think most people are familiar with, the turkey feather fundraiser, which was essentially a coin drive, and that we basically decorated these big turkeys with like little feathers, and the kids loved it. It was like a fun competition. And then the Ryan's Amusement, and then as always, our passive textile bins and the book fair. So in total, we raised right around $13,000 for the year, which really provided us with some wonderful opportunities for childhood enrichment and some awesome things for the teachers, which I'll hand off to Nicole to let you guys know how we spent that.
Awesome, thank you. So with the Turkey Feather fundraiser, we were able to provide Thanksgiving dinners for 3 families from the town. We also had Big Ryan's Tall Tales come in, and he brings in puppets, and he tells his own stories, and he sings songs, and the kids think it's the funniest thing in the whole world. They're laughing from the minute he starts talking. It's fun to watch. We do our yearly gingerbread houses. We had the Barnyard Babies come in for a kindergarten end-of-the-year event. Joe's Crazy Critters for the whole entire school. Kona Ice Truck comes in for a preschooler's beach day. We do various teacher luncheons during the conferences. Teacher Appreciation Week, we had Lady Sunshine Coffee, Mom on the Go food truck, flowers from Rockland Garden Center. We were able to cover the costs for the kindergarten field trip for the buses, just various supplies and activities for the classrooms and indoor recess. With the book fair, we were able to provide all the teachers with their wish lists that they provided at the beginning of the book fair. We recently made a donation to the Rockland Education Fund, and we were able to sponsor a student from the middle school for the Philly trip. So, yes. Yeah, we did it. Yes, exactly. Yeah, we're very proud of these kiddos for all their fundraising.
And it's great to hear all the giving back. It's not just buying materials and things like that. It's actually giving back to the community.
Right,
so
exactly. Fundraisers, it surprised us a little bit. We thought, oh, we'd make a little bit on it because it was essentially a coin drive, and we made so much more. So we were able to provide more meals than we thought for the families around Thanksgiving time. It was awesome. That was a good part of it.
Yes.
well done. Anything
Thank you.
That's exactly what I was
going to say. Okay. All right. Now we'll have our representatives from Phelps Elementary. Yes. Hello, Heather.
All right. Well, my name is Heather Pratt. I am on the Phelps PAC. I've done it for a few years now. We had a very successful year. We ended up bringing in about $78,000 between fundraisers and other events we've done. We are hoping to end the year with enough to do 2 different events for the teachers before school starts, the before school luncheon, as well as bringing in the Lady Sunshine coffee truck. We started the year with the Name the Circle fundraiser, which we raised about $17,000 in. We also did a couple of the local restaurants. We did Ryan's, D'Angelo's, Papagino's, Domino's, all of those as well. Our big fundraiser was our fun run. We brought in about $24,000 with that one. We also when we did the fun run, we purchased gift cards for incentives. We did wigs for the teachers to wear during one of the later activities in the school year, and we also bought ice cream for some of the winning classrooms. We also had some residual income from textile bins, and we did concession nights at math and bingo nights we had during the year. In October, we did the 4th grade charity volleyball game. You can get in by either a monetary donation, which we donated $500 to Holiday Magic, or you could do a non-perishable item, which went to the food bank. We brought in 6 large boxes to the Rockland Food Pantry at the end of the day. We also did the turkey feathers in November, again, 50 cents per feather. Much larger school, so we were able to provide actually 8 meals for Phelps families during Thanksgiving and an additional 8 during Christmas for Phelps families, so 16 total full meals for families due to our profits with that. Before school started, we brought pizzas, salads, lots of sweets for the teachers, make them feel appreciated. We also bought them stacks of laminating sheets, because they had all been asking us for more laminating sheets throughout the year. In October, we provided candy as the volunteers volunteered to decorate their cars for trunk or treats. December, we did the holiday shopping. Everyone loves holiday shopping. The kids come in, buy a bunch of up to 10 items for their family members and friends through the year. In February, we hosted a special persons dance. We brought in DJ QB. They did games, activities. The kids got dressed up. Lots of cute photos from all the kids. We also did Phelps Has Heart, which is each grade level was given a personal care item of what the food pantry needed. And in total, we ended up bringing in 1,200 pounds of personal care items donated to the food pantry. We covered costs of recorders for students who couldn't afford them or couldn't provide them. We provided 4 scholarships for seniors this year, $250 each. We provided snacks and drinks for Global Play Day. We also donated to the Rockland Education Funds and the Rockland Youth Football Golf Tournaments, which provides money back to the students and back to the educators. Our book fair was a big success. We only needed to do 1 this year. Luckily, we didn't have to do 2. And we provided books to teachers and staff that needed it, especially as they're moving into their new classrooms. Our drama club put on 2 presentations this year, which we bought the materials to build their sets, help with props and costumes. We also provided buses for all of our grades to go on their field trips. 1st grade went to Duxbury Beach, 2nd grade went to Benson's Pond, 3rd grade actually went to Franklin Park Zoo, and because it didn't cost anything for the students, we paid for the chaperones to go as well. And 4th grade went to the Museum of Science. We provided donuts for the students during MCAS for 3rd and 4th graders. We also did brain games at the end of the year. The kids loved it. That's also when the teachers wore their wigs that we provided for them earlier in the year. Teachers Week, we did a taco truck, which was Local Larry's Taco Truck, flowers from Rockland Garden Center. We supplied the teachers with items such as paper towels, tissues, markers, things like that that they'll need for the rest of the school year, and a breakfast day and a dessert day. And we just finished up our field day, which we had multiple inflatables. We had a dunk tank, which a lot of our selectmen had went into, as well as over 20 different activities for the students to participate in between the turf, behind the school, in the school, and at the stadium. And lastly, we are providing the 4th graders with their shirts and yearbooks. Yeah, and we've had a busy year.
Sure have.
So.
Did you say 77,000?
We raised 78,000.
78,000.
Yes. Yes, we've been very, very busy. Luckily, our PAC is very large. We do have 6 people on our PAC, so we're able to divide and conquer.
It's merging of three schools,
It
3
is.
separate PACs.
It is.
They're all coming together for the greater good. It's a lot of money. Yes, congratulations.
That's wonderful.
All right, and now we'll hear from Rogers Middle School.
Hi guys, I'm Allison and this is Marcy.
Hi.
Unfortunately, we're not as exciting as the not at all. But we had a good year. We had a lot more volunteers come in and help with our group, and we had a huge increase as far as money that we were able to bring in this year. Our biggest was our Shamrock Classic. We brought in over $4,000 with that, so that's our largest fundraiser. We did a few dining for causes and raised over $1,000. We did the Name the Stage contest, which brought in over $500. Thankfully, this year, we were able to give the teachers like a breakfast, a lunch, and bring in Ellie's Treats for ice cream. And I'm happy to say that we also included our cafeteria staff this year, which was new. And then we were able to contribute to 8th grade field trips and a scholarship for Rockland High School senior. And we've committed to funding part of field trips for each grade next year, which in years past we haven't been able to do.
It's the first year in like 3 years that we've been able to finally help the teachers with their field trips for the students. We also had a lot of support from local branches. Mountain One generously donated. Dunkin' Donuts on Hingham Street. Themis, always a great supporter. Stop and Shop. And I'd like to say, an increase of almost, over 50% from last year. And we started, Alice and I started 3 years ago when our children entered 5th grade with under 1,000. So should be about 6,000 that we're able to end the year with, which is a huge increase to get a cushion in for the PAC for going into 8th grade next year. And hopefully it will be in a good spot for people, once our kids graduate and move on to the high school, 2 years from now. Yep. So, again, not as exciting as the other schools, but middle school is hard. Yeah. It's hard. We started 3 years ago with the 3 of us, and now we have at least like 7 or 8 people helping, so it's great.
If I can just, the money that you raise is wonderful. The money that you've all raised is wonderful, and you do great things with it. But well beyond the money, every parent that you get to come in and help with the Shamrock Classic or any of the events that you put on, it's one more person that you're bringing into the school community. Every donation that you gather, small or large, is one more community member that is contributing to the schools. I say this to the Education Foundation every year, who give $30,000 to $50,000 a year. It's well beyond the money. It's the involvement. So it's not about the money. It really is about coming in, the teachers, giving things to the teachers. It means so much. So thank you, and please don't think about how much you raise. It's the fact that you're giving, that you're in the schools, that you're talking to one another, and you're doing this work for the schools. It's what makes us stronger. So I hope you focus on that.
Thank you.
No, we really appreciate that.
Thank you. Go ahead, Melissa.
Oh, I was just going to say thank you to all.
Yeah.
So every single member of the PAC, even the ones that aren't here, and you guys are just the representatives, but all of your work is very appreciated, so thank you all.
And what wonderful role models you are for your kids as well. When your kids see you giving back, they'll in turn give back as they get older. So, yes.
Yeah. And now you're all movie stars.
And as a former, Jill was as well, a former PAC board member throughout different grades. There's a seat at this table when you guys are ready to continue giving back to the school as well. So thank you all, and you're welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting, or you're welcome to leave us as we go through the rest of our agenda. So thank you all again for sharing everything that you've done.
Thank you.
All right, nothing else related to PAC, so we'll move along to our monthly reports. We have administrative reports for Principal Shipper, Principal McAllister, Principal Holbrook, and Principal Sheehan. For guidance, Ms. Black. For nurse, Ms. Davis, and pupil personnel services with Dr. Manigula. Any questions on those various reports? All right.
So seven reports. Right, or do you want just 4?
No, you're just
7. So 7 motions to approve the reports submitted for the monthly reports.
7 seconds.
All right, all those in favor? All right, and then we have school newsletters that are always sent out via email from Noel. We have Aston, Phelps, and the high school, always great information. Anything else any commentary on those monthly reports?
Just well done. So much info.
Right, we will be missing those as the school year winds down, but lots of good information in the last couple weeks. All right, the last thing on our agenda is completed fundraisers, so we don't need reports. Approvals on this is just to share all the great details. So the Phelps PAC, which we just heard all the great things they did. Domino's Night, they collected $734 with no expenses. And then the fun run, which we heard was one of their biggest ones, collected $24,115 with $1,177 in expenses for a net profit of $22,938. And I know we congratulate the volunteers and the companies and businesses in Rockland that help support, but thank you to all the other people that donate, family, friends. I know a lot of these fundraisers that are done in the elementary schools are across the country. I think the fun runs try to do donations from every state or things like that. So kudos and thank you for everyone that has donated. All right, so next thing, we'll move on to the superintendent reports. Dr. Cross.
Thank you very much. Just want to mention a few very cool things that have happened in the last couple of weeks. First of all, congratulations to Principal McAllister, who led his first ever Philly trip. He has a few gray streaks in his hair now, but he looked great, and he just kept saying how well behaved the kids were, what a great trip it was, and so very, very proud of those kids and happy for him to have that under his belt. I don't think he slept for a few days before that trip, so congratulations to them. That's always an important trip or an important rite of passage, something I think the kids probably remember forever. Secondly, we had a retirees luncheon last week, which was extraordinary. We expected 40 or 50 responses, and we had 82 retirees show. And we just had a wonderful couple of hours together. Adele Leonard did a great job with the food. Very special thanks to Noel Novio, who did the lion's share of the work for this. And it was just great. It was great to see so many recent and not so recent retirees getting together and talking. And it was just a great event, very, very special. I'd also like to congratulate Rockland High on their graduation, which I think was extraordinary. It was the 14th time I've experienced that graduation, because I came the year before I came as principal to watch it, because I was told, do not change a hair on its head or you will be in big trouble. So I came, I watched, and I from the arch bearers to the procession to the audience, it was just extraordinary. The town and WRPS and the work that they did with the sound system, that was spot on, because that's been a little janky over the years. We've had to really work at that, and it was just, everything was perfect. It was just a great, great, great graduation. And I'd also like to mention a reminder that transitions has been a theme that we have focused on, instructionally, but as a district. Transition from, pre-K to K, 1 to 2, 4 to 5, middle school to high school and beyond. And as I was, going through the materials to prepare for tonight, we had an event on the 27th where the kindergarten came to Phelps for tours. And then we had an event on the 30th where grade 4 came to Rogers and visited. And these sort of things have been happening throughout the year. Our Transitions Life Skills program had an outing. We went to Foxborough on the 30th. So these working to help kids with transitions. And more we talk about not just helping the students, but helping the parents, because it's a huge transition. When you enter middle school, for example, and all of a sudden grades become a new dynamic, a new pressure, a new thing. And so working with families to help them just start to talk about these things. We don't necessarily have answers for everything, but just getting these issues on the table and discussing them. What happens when your child brings home their first C? I've never had a C. What's a C mean? The C means average, but it's very, very scary to some people. What does it mean? So transitions is something that we've been working on, and we will continue to work on, because I think it's so important. And finally, I want to mention one more thing about graduation, because I think it highlights what an amazing town Rockland is. And as I was hearing the PACs talk about their donations, you hear some of the same names. These are local businesses who give so much to the schools. This town gave to, I think we might have had 140 plus graduates. I'm not sure the exact number, I apologize, but they received $178,000 in scholarship money that came from the local community. $178,000. And I don't want to talk about other communities, but I can tell you that percentage-wise, that is extraordinary. And I think it just represents what a very special place Rockland is. And I know I'm biased. I hear that all the time. You're biased, but it's very true. So I try to give facts. And the fact is, our kids got $178,000 from this community for college in a time when money is not flowing, from the spigots. So congratulations and thank you to the community. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Dr. Cron.
Yep.
All right, we'll then move on to our public service announcements. So Dr. Marla Small.
Okay. I will also just comment on the Philadelphia trip and say that it was incredible for the students. What a jam-packed agenda they had, and everything went so smoothly, and they learned so much, they were exposed to so much, and I think some of them may have caught the travel bug. I wanted to thank the adults in this district who worked so hard to make this happen, and were chaperones on the trip, and just were wonderful caretakers of our children. Mrs. Latuda, Mrs. Gervais, Mrs. Carpini, Mrs. Bianchi, Mr. Damon, Mrs. Kilda, Mr. B, who I'm told only goes by Mr. B, and I couldn't get his last name anywhere, Mrs. Wood, Mrs. Ferrante, our nurse, Mrs. Davis, Mrs. Odekirk, Mrs. Collins, Mrs. Riley, and Mr. McAllister. So just a big thank you to all of those adults for taking such good care of our kids and giving them such an incredible experience. That's all I got.
All right, Mrs. Summit.
No, other than the wonderful luncheon, and again, thank you, Noelle. It meant so much to so many people. And plug the library again for the little guys. Our library does some great things during the summer. Please, please, please visit the library. So that's it for me.
All right. I guess just reiterating everything that's already been said, all the graduation activities, year-end activities for all the schools. Good luck to the high school that is starting finals tomorrow, to the rest of the schools as they wind up in field trips, transitions. Grade 8 step-up ceremony is Monday the 16th at 8:30, so hope parents can see that great ceremony as their kiddos get ready to go to high school. And that's all I have. We have, I think, one more meeting before we close out this year, so I'll say happy summer then, but all right, so that's it for today. Motion.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
All those in favor? Good. Thank you.